Music is the answer. Sweet music is the way. Gospel, jazz, R&B touches you every day. Talk about how it moves you differently day to day. It's the R&B Bistro. Let the music have its way.
Hello, and welcome to the R&B Bistro Up Close and Personal. I'm your host, Venus, here to take you through this musical dance we call life. And to do that, I bring on important, prominent people, educated people in the neighborhood to give us tips to help us make it through. Now, today, I am so excited because we're celebrating our 40 under 40. I have another 40 under 40 fantastic woman that I want to tell you about. Got to put on my glasses because y'all know I can't see. So, she is a talented, beautiful, talented, dynamic young lady, salon suite owner who is passionate about educating her clients while making sure they feel confident and cared for and heard. She's a registered nurse, a licensed cosmetologist, a certified trichologist, and if I didn't say that right, she'll correct it. Her salon specializes in crochet locks, micro-locs, and more importantly, hair loss solutions. She is, to top it off, runs an enterprising trichology program through the American Association for Drugless Practitioners. And she's also a mother doing all that. You know, women can do all kinds of things. Help me welcome to the studio, Melissa Brockett. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you.
Awesome. Awesome. Now, can we get up close and personal?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm so glad because we're going to do it anyway.
I know.
Let me ask you this.
Yes.
When you were a little girl,
Mm-hmm.
did you see your life as doing this? What did you want to be? And did you see it looking anything like this?
Answer is no.
Okay.
I did not see my life like this at all.
Okay.
In fact, I wanted to be a graphic designer.
Really? Can you draw?
I think so.
No.
But see, I was going to
Okay,
do it
no.
on a computer.
Okay.
I wanted to be a
All right.
graphic designer. So
Okay.
no,
Really?
this is not anywhere.
Anywhere near.
No.
But you know, that's how life is. We go to
Oh,
school
yeah.
for one thing and then we do something
I
different.
didn't even get to school for graphic design.
See?
It was just a thought.
But you weren't supposed to do that. You're supposed to do what you're doing and you do it so well. That's why
Yes,
you're here to tell people how to do it.
Yes, yes.
So then what came first after that? Nursing cosmetology, or tell me if I'm saying it right, trichology.
Yes, trichology is
Thank
right.
you. I practiced.
Trichology or trichology. But
Mhm.
what came first,
Mhm.
actually, I wanted to be a cosmetologist,
Okay.
but I was young
Mm-hmm.
and kind of ignorant.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, I'm not doing anybody here and then they get upset with me. They just gonna have to get it done. So I was like, I don't think that's how it goes. So maybe I
Okay,
shouldn't
maybe
go
you shouldn't do
maybe
that.
I shouldn't do
Okay.
it right now. So I went to nursing.
Okay.
And then I did nursing.
Mhm.
And then I always did hair.
Okay.
So then eventually I went back.
Okay.
And I was more mature at the time. So I was
Okay.
like, okay, so it's a full circle.
Mm-hmm.
So I would have been a cosmetologist, but I probably wouldn't have been successful if I did it when I was too young.
Mm-hmm.
So then I went to nursing.
Mm-hmm.
That was successful. And then
Good.
I went back for
Mhm.
cosmetology.
And you've been nursing since what, 2008?
Yes.
Yeah. So do you like that?
Yes.
Okay.
I love nursing.
All right. So that brings me to, are you currently working full-time as a nurse and running a salon, or what
I
you doing?
was working as a part-time nurse
Mhm.
and running a salon
Mhm.
until last April.
Okay. Wow.
And then now I'm full-time at the salon.
Wow. And how do you manage that and raising your son?
Oh, man. There's not enough hours in the day.
Mm-hmm.
It really isn't. I don't know. God.
Yeah, that's
It
right.
really is God. And I
That's
got a
right.
good kid.
Yeah.
So,
And so what about all them people, the village and stuff?
well,
that
okay,
help
I got a great dad.
Okay, so I know about
a
the
great
village
mom.
now.
I got a great everybody.
you? Right.
So it helps. It helps. But you never know how much you can do
Mm-hmm.
until you start
Until
doing
you start
it.
doing it. And what's really wonderful about having you here
Mhm.
is because I grew up with her father.
Mhm.
I met her father when I was 13. Don't try to calculate my age. Anyway, so to sit here with his offspring,
Yes.
it's like surreal. I'm getting chills just talking to her. So,
Yes.
and she's beautiful. The combination of her
you.
parents, she's beautiful.
Thank
No.
you.
Anyway, so what does a typical day look like for you?
Man. Okay. So now that I'm full-time at the salon,
Mm-hmm.
my son has to be to school sometimes 7 a.m.,
Mm-hmm.
8 a.m. So we wake up 5:30 or 6
Oh my gosh.
a.m. And it's about a 45-minute commute to school,
Well,
45 minutes
Mhm.
back. And then I go to the salon, get ready for my first client.
mm-hmm.
And all my services are long services.
That was going to be my next question.
Yeah,
so
so-
how long is a typical service for one person, and can you do more than one in a day?
I can get 3 to 4 in a day.
Really?
Depending, because I do 10 hours a day.
Mm-hmm.
So I can get 3 to 4 in a day depending on what it is. Because
Mm-hmm.
depending if you come for a consultation, that's an hour.
Right.
Right? If you come for PRP, that's an hour.
Okay.
But
Tell
if
them
you-
what PRP is for folks who don't know that.
It is plasma-rich protein. It is, what PRP is you take your blood. It's all natural. So you take your blood, I spin in a centrifuge to extract that plasma from the blood, then take the plasma, put it directly to the scalp, to the places that are missing here.
Okay, wait. I'm coming to the beauty salon. You gonna take my blood?
Yes. If that's what you booked. I could just do regular.
I'm not booking that, Melissa. So we're gonna go to your hair in a few minutes.
Okay.
But so you specialize in crochet locks and micro locks.
Yes.
And the hair loss solution. That's where the blood stuff comes in, too, right?
Not only.
Okay.
That's
put that
one of
aside.
the hair salons.
What do you have in your hair right now, and did you do it?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So,
So-
what are those?
These are traditional locks.
Okay.
This is my second set of locks.
Okay.
These are traditional locks that I started by the crochet method.
Okay.
So the difference is micro locks. At my salon, I do micro locks from 150 locks to 250 locks. I
Mhm.
have about 61 locks in my hair, so that would count as traditional.
Okay.
Crocheting is when you use a needle to form
Yeah.
your locks.
Yeah.
And that's how I started mine.
Now that sounds really different from if I went and got crochet braids.
Correct.
They're putting, corn rolling my hair, and then they're putting the hair onto my hair. It's different.
Correct.
Crochet lock. Wow.
So I do both.
Mhm.
So with the crochet braids,
Mhm.
you braid your hair,
Mhm.
and then you take whatever style you want, and then you use a crochet latch hook to put the hair in.
So let's say that, okay, let's go to this. Okay. If you have locks and then you don't want locks anymore, is it true you got to cut off your hair and start all over?
It depends.
What's the depends? Because I need to know that.
It depends on how well did you take care of your hair when you had the locks. Like,
Mhm.
is it full of lint and dirt and things that we don't want in there?
Mhm.
And combing it out is just nearly impossible.
Right.
Or your texture hair, because if you have soft or looser hair, it's easy to comb out.
Mhm.
But you can comb out locks. It takes
Really?
Yes, you can. It takes a long time.
Mhm.
I wouldn't do it.
Mhm.
Actually, I'm going to be combing out my son's locks soon,
Mhm.
so I will see how much I don't like it.
Right.
It's
So
a
is there a
long
difference
process.
between the locks that you have
Mhm.
and sister locks?
Yes,
Yeah. What's the difference? in
sister locks are like extremely tiny.
Right.
So again, I have about 60 locks in my hair.
Right.
Sister locks can be about 600.
Wow.
Yes.
Now that would take all day or 2 days or something like that?
To install would take a few days, meaning
Mhm.
to start it brand new. And then
Mhm.
to do your reties can take quite a few hours.
Wow. And so how often do you have to come in when you have hairstyles like that?
For micro locks, it will be every 4 to 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
For crochet locks, it will be every 8 to 12 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
For traditional locks, you just want to get a regular comb retwist, that can
Mhm.
be monthly or whenever
Mhm.
you want to.
And of course, you have wonderful clients that come to you all the time,
Oh,
right?
yes. They're
Yeah.
so sweet. I
That's
love them.
good. You can shout out to your clients.
Shout out to Simple Styles clients. I love you guys. Without you guys, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah,
So I love
okay.
you.
So now, what is trichology and what does a trichologist do?
Okay, so trichology is the study of scalp disorders and hair loss.
Mm-hmm,
That's what trichology stands for.
mm-hmm.
A trichologist trichology is a paramedical study. So some people may think it's medical, but it's adjacent to medical
Mm-hmm.
because it's a branch off of dermatology because it studies the skin,
Right.
hair loss, and scalp disorders.
Right.
A trichologist is certified, not licensed.
Okay.
There's a lot of misinformation.
Yeah. What's the difference?
Yes. So trichology is a certification.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a license. There's no state board.
Okay.
There's no one governing it. So once a person gets to a certain level of education and they want to advance their education, they get certificates.
Okay.
They advance their knowledge.
Correct.
That is what trichology is to advance your knowledge. You can be certified. You can continue to get continued education in different webinars and places like that.
Mm-hmm.
And you can be spectacular, but you don't advance to become a doctor, to my knowledge. Being a registered nurse, knowing nurses and knowing doctors, I have yet to see trichology doctorate degree or licensing degree.
Mhm.
So what it is to advance your knowledge so you can better assist folks. Because in cosmetology school, they teach you cuts and color and how to take care of your hair and briefly tell you about the science of hair.
Right.
But trichology goes
deeper
into
into
the
it.
science of hair to know your hair loss can be because you have a health condition.
Right.
And not necessarily because of only a tight ponytail. It could be because of that too, but trichology shows the person it can be yay or nay, so that way they can better help their client.
So can you look at someone's scalp right away and discern that there's something wrong with their scalp?
Yes.
Okay, don't look at my hair.
Yes.
Don't look at my hair, Melissa.
I won't.
Stop looking at my hair.
You see
All
me, right?
So last year you launched a school to educate stylists.
Yes.
Tell us about that. Tell us about that program.
Okay.
And what made you decide to do that?
Okay, so my program for trichology is hair care is healthcare. That's what I named it. And it is fully accredited by the American Association of Drugless Practitioners. So what this means is I did what I needed to do to make sure that I have a level of understanding and of knowledge to be able to teach others. And then I had to take my credentials, bring it to the board, let them say yay or nay, and then approve my curriculum.
Okay.
So what my course does, all trichology courses teach you hair loss and scalp disorders. What my course does is take it a little further, because my focus from having a medical background is not just telling someone you have hair loss, which is alopecia, but maybe it's your lupus. Maybe it's your thyroid.
Maybe it's the medicine.
Maybe it's your high blood pressure medication, because it does have a side effect of hair loss.
Right.
Maybe it's your perimenopausal. Maybe
Lord.
it's this.
She getting deep
Maybe
on me
it's
now.
that. So that's what my school does.
Right.
It goes a little bit deeper, and I have coaches in my school.
Okay.
So I have a pharmacist, because a lot of people, especially my clientele, I have all ages, but I tend to attract the older clients who are understanding that things happen as you get older.
They don't know why.
Yeah.
And they come to you.
It happens.
So how long is that program, and can you get a certification at the end of it?
Yes, you get a certification at the end. You'll get a professional certification just like I received. And then you continue to go forward. If you want to bring it to the board and have your own program, you can. So yes, you'll get a certification. And I have a couple of programs that run between 8 to 12 weeks, depending on how fast you can go through the program. If you enroll in the one with the coaches are on and able to get the live Q&A, that will be the whole 12 weeks.
So it's self, or you have a coach all the time? It's either or both?
Either or.
Okay.
Because the self is, some
you
people
follow
just,
along as you can.
Yeah, some
however
people
long it takes you. Okay.
like that, and some people want that extra.
And this is a really important conversation, because women and their hair, it's like, I know for me, if my hair doesn't look right, I could be dressed in the finest garb. But if my hair doesn't look right, the rest of me don't look right for me.
100%.
And I'm sure with other women, it's like that, because there's so much money in hair care and all of that stuff. It's billions and billions of dollars. Speaking of that, do you have any of your own products, or do you recommend products for other people? And if you don't have any of your own products, you heard it from Aunt V that you need to get your own products. Now, go ahead, you can answer that question.
Okay. So I don't have my own products yet, because I am very particular, right? I want to know everything before. So everything that I use in my shop, everything I use on my clients, I use on myself. So that way I could tell you firsthand.
Right.
So that's why I don't have my own product line yet, because I want to make sure what I give you, I stand by.
I love the yet word. The yet means it's coming.
Yet. Because God knows. I don't know how I got here. So who knows?
Yes.
And then the second part is I use Nutrafol. Because it is science-based. I'm very sciencey.
And natural stuff, yeah.
Exactly. It's no medications.
Right.
And I use another brand called Influence, and they're an all-black brand in
You
Virginia.
guys write that down, because when we're done here, you're not going to remember, and you want to go get that stuff, because I'm going to go get that stuff, because,
It's Nutrafol and Influence, and in particular the hair loss lines.
Okay. All right. So let's go back to the program.
Okay.
Tell me, what type of person should take your program?
Okay, so the program has a few courses, and it can be for anyone. So one of the courses is for anyone who just want to know more about their hair, right? Because there's a lot of information online, so you can come and get the science of hair and learn a lot of good information that you wouldn't otherwise know. And then the second part, where I stop with the general public, I will move on for those who are barbers, stylists, braiders, anyone who's actually doing hair and they want to help their clients a little bit more, and they can take the second course.
Now, you do other styles. I know you specialize in the locks, but you do other styles as well, don't you?
Yes.
Okay. And what is that? So if I just want some braids?
100%.
I can
So
come
I
in?
would do, I call it loose hair and locked hair. So for loose hair that's not locked, I'll do flat twists, twist outs, afro, like cuts. I'll do cuts. I don't do anything chemical.
Okay.
So I'm an all natural.
That's cool.
Yes, I'm
That's
an all
cool.
natural. So whatever natural style that you want. And then for locks, I again do the micro-locs, crochet locks, lock extensions.
So do you wash hair when people come?
yes.
Because I've seen the cute little salons where I used to go to one where
Yes.
they,
I wash everyone's hair except for the braid extensions. But you can always add it on because I'm here to take care of you.
Yeah.
And
What do you think about if you start? One thing why I don't want to start with the sister locks is because I don't want to go through the short phase. I'm like, I don't want the short phase. And some people say, oh, well, add some extensions onto. Why?
okay, so what I would do in consultations like that is I need to see your density, right? Because depending on your density and depending on what's going on with you, one, small locks might not even be a good thing because your hair might not be able to hold your own weight.
Right.
And then to add extensions, which is additional weight, just
Yeah.
is a no.
So there is a type of hair that cannot be locked because it would be too heavy.
It's not that it can't be locked, it's that locks have weight because you're not having natural shed anymore.
Okay.
Because you're not combing your hair every day.
Right.
So you're holding on your all of your hair. So if you have thinning hair or low density, then it's I look at my clients' long-term journey, not just to be cute today.
Okay.
So it would depend. That's why I always do a consultation.
So to tell people how easy or how hard it is, did you start out with a salon or did you start out like most braiders do, braiding at home?
Oh, this is interesting. I'll make it really quick. I've always done hair at home. I graduated July, and I opened my salon in January.
This year?
No, I graduated July 22 from
Okay.
cosmetology school,
Okay.
and I opened my salon in January 23.
Nice.
So 5 months after I graduated. So I did kind of start at home, but then I was attracting everyone.
A lot of people,
and
you
then
don't
they
want
were
them in your home.
in my house.
Yeah.
So I just went to the salon. So I've been in the salon. I haven't worked in any. I did work at Ulta, but I've been at.
Ulta Beauty?
I did for like
Do a makeup?
2 weeks, 2 months, 2 weeks. A very short time. A very short time. No, doing hair.
Doing hair in Ulta?
Yes,
They
Ulta
don't
has
do
a,
Ulta hair in any place where I go.
all Ultas have. Nobody notices. If you go in the back of the store in Ulta, there's chairs.
Really?
They do cuts, they do colors, they do blowouts.
Really?
Yeah, because I was doing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go in there and get a job, but I can't do none of that. So
Yeah, so, and then I just went to the salon, and I've been at my own salon ever since. It is not easy.
it's not easy.
So part of those 3 steps is be sure you're ready for the ride.
Yeah. And expensive.
Oh, yeah.
You got to get your funds together to do all kinds of things, because I'm sure it's not hard to do. I mean, it's expensive to do any business,
It's,
you know,
it's,
and
yes,
more
it's
money goes
expensive
out than comes in. Yeah.
for the first few years.
First few years. Let's say, they say if you can get through, I think 5 to 7 years in a business, then you're good.
And my business started in 21.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm in year 4.
Yeah.
So almost
And
there.
good customer service is
Oh, yeah.
really
My
important.
reviews tell it all.
That's good.
I know. I love my
That's
clients.
good. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Well, I want you to make sure that you keep doing what you're doing.
Thank
And
you.
if something changes, you got to come back and tell us about it.
Oh, yeah, because we have the yet, right?
That's right. That's yet. We got. I
We have
like
the
that.
yet.
We got the yet because I may need some products.
Yes, and we have the yet because I have to find the person that I trust to make my products.
That's right. That's right. Now, I've been playing around with some oils, natural oils, to help with my edges and stuff, and it's done a good job. But people ask me, "Well, how you do that? Tell me what you." I said, "Nope."
You said no.
Yes, because I want to finish it, make sure it works, and then I'm gonna put it in the product and put it out there.
So if I say the oils, that would be bad.
Huh?
If I say the oils that are possibly
I'm
in
not
your
telling
hair
you
growth.
Not on camera while we're talking to them. I'm not telling you that. Now, when we get off camera, we can talk about whatever we want to talk about.
Okay.
Okay, but I'm not telling you that because, now if we
But I do go over
collaborate-
that in consultation
Wait,
too.
the
so.
big thing now is collaborating.
Yes.
So if we collaborate,
Yes.
on something for the hair.
Yes.
Now we could do that.
Yes. I do collaborations also.
Okay.
I was going to add that is why, for me, nursing and hair care became so important to me.
Yeah.
Because while I was nursing, like you explained earlier, your hair is everything.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're nursing and you see people are not in their best,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because they're most vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
Once we do their hair,
Then they feel better.
they're ready to walk down
Absolutely,
the hall. They're ready to
absolutely.
be discharged.
Even if you're in
they're
the
ready to go
hospital,
home.
they want their hair done.
Yeah.
Put on their lipstick if they don't. Put
As
nothing
soon as
else.
that's
Yeah.
done, they're ready to go.
Go home. Yeah.
And then being in my shop,
Mm-hmm.
also the most vulnerable place.
Right.
Because you have to take off your hat
Everything.
and then show me.
And that's why there's nobody else in there but you and them.
correct.
Right? Yeah.
I have a salon suite, close the doors
Right.
because you are being vulnerable
Right.
with me.
Right. Yeah.
And as a cosmetologist, as a trichologist, like you was
Mhm.
asking earlier, who can do it? Your stylist, your barber.
Right.
Most people trust their stylist and barber
Right.
with
Right.
their hair
Yeah.
before the doctor.
Now a regular stylist,
Mhm.
I trust her to do everything else but style it. Once she took the curls out, she would give me the comb. Because you talking about particular, I was
Yes.
horrible.
Uh-huh.
And this was before braids. And
Uh-huh.
even when people do my braids, I go home and I put this in it. You know, I
Okay,
do all my
just some
own curls and
curls,
stuff.
it's a
They
style.
they just,
They just do it.
They just braid it.
Yeah.
You know, and they'd be like, you want me to put it up? Yeah, I want you to put it up. I'm paying you XYZ. Put my hair up in the bun. Let me go home. You know, something.
It's very
Anyway,
true. It's very
yeah,
true.
yeah.
It all goes together. People are
does.
most vulnerable, like, and in our culture.
Right.
Hair is like, you can have everything else going on, but
your hair
my
gotta
hair
look
gotta
tight.
be
Your
good.
hair's gotta be
If
tight.
my hair not good, the world is over.
That's right. My words are tight and right.
Yes.
Everything's got to be tight and right. So now we're going to jump in away from the serious stuff and get a
Okay.
little bit more playful.
Okay.
All right?
Let's go.
So tell me one thing about you that no one would believe about you.
One thing that no one will believe about me,
Mm-hmm.
I'm really goofy. I've been told I look pretty mean, but I'm not.
Don't worry, you're in good company. I get
Okay,
that all
okay.
the time. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna try to keep to my questions because I mess things up by asking follow-up questions.
Okay.
This is our Bistro Rapid Mix.
Okay.
Try to answer it fast,
Okay.
and I'm gonna try not to ask you any follow-up questions after your fast answer. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
If you could chat with someone living or dead, who would it be and why?
For some reason, Michael Jackson just came to mind. And I don't know why. But Michael Jackson is an extremely hardworking individual that
Yes.
beat a lot of odds.
Yes,
And in all of his music, he stood up for those who didn't have a voice.
I like that.
So
I like that.
I don't know where that came from, but it came.
Cool. Everything happens in the Bistro Couch.
I guess so.
All right. If you were stranded on an island, what would you hope? Who would you hope would be there with you?
God.
Your son's sitting out there. You better kind of say
Oh, well,
him.
yeah, I want him too, but oh my God.
Okay, well, he's already there.
Okay,
so
God is already there. Okay. Who else do I want if I'm stranded?
Mm-hmm.
Can I just describe the person as a real person?
Okay, go ahead. Describe.
I want like a carpenter. I want someone that can like build a raft, a boat, can climb a tree, hunt.
You trying to leave the island or just be there and have some food?
No, we gotta get off. We gotta get off the island.
Okay. Finish this sentence. I
Okay.
am best when.
I'm fed.
Fed what? Food or
Food, yeah.
knowledge or what?
Both.
Okay.
But start with the food
Okay.
so I can absorb the knowledge.
All right. Again, the purpose of this show is to give people information so they can
Okay.
go out and do or be whatever it is that they want to be because they saw you. So
Okay.
give me 3 tips that people can go out. Someone who says, well, I want to own a salon or I want to be a trichologist, tomato, however you want to say that,
Mhm.
long as you get the rest of it correct. They can go out and do. What's 3 things that they can do?
I would say
3
there's
steps.
3 steps that you can do to kind of get where I've gotten is 1, look at yourself. You have to look at yourself in the mirror because you can't look at others because my journey isn't your journey.
Okay, I like
So look at yourself and say, do I have what it takes to still go when I have nothing?
that. Mm-hmm. Number 2.
Number 2 is find your steps. Find what needs to be done because you need a roadmap. You need to know what is next step so
Okay.
you know where you're going.
And number 3.
And number 3 is if the support system you have isn't supporting, get a new one.
I know that's right. That's so important. It's been a pleasure having you here, Melissa.
Thank you.
I need you to tell them where they can find you.
Okay, so I'm Melissa Brockett. You can find me on Instagram at Simple Styles by Mel. Simple Styles by Mel. My hair page is highheck.ny. My Instagram, I told you that my website for the trichology is haircareishealthcare.com. My email is hello@simplestylesbymel.com. And my phone number is 646-886-2422.
And she's located in Brooklyn, New York. She didn't
Brooklyn.
tell you that. She's located in Brooklyn.
Yes.
And we know you travel all over for hair.
Oh, and I have a lot of people that travel to me, so I'm here.
Awesome.
Here for everyone.
Today's show is brought to you by Styles by Mel
Simple
LLC.
Styles.
Simple Styles by Mel LLC. I'm Venus. You can find me on all social media. Please check out the show and tell people to check out the show. Remember, it's never too late to live your dreams. And when you do, I'll be there encouraging you. Bye-bye now. Come on back to see who we chat with next.
Music is the answer. Sweet music is the way. Gospel, jazz, R&B touches you every day. Talk about how it moves you differently day to day. It's the R&B